The Scottish economy hasn't been growing at anything like a fast enough rate. We're lagging behind the rest of the UK in terms of economic activity, and our business startup rate is much smaller, and we have too small a private sector compared to the public sector. We've got to use the powers in the Scotland Bill to help the situation. That's what I'd like to see, is reduce income tax in Scotland below the level payable elsewhere in the UK. What a great message that would send out across the world, that Scotland's a place to come and do business. And we have to tackle all the red tape and bureaucracy that stops entrepreneurs coming along, setting up new businesses. It's not governments that create jobs, it's dynamic businesses and individuals. We need to do more to help them and tackle tax and tackle regulation. At the heart of what I'm proposing is a devolution and decentralisation of power. People are fed up with top-down public service provision. So, for example, I want to see parents having a much greater say in the running of their schools. Michael Gove has been blazing a trail for the UK Conservatives in terms of setting up free schools, giving parents the right to come along and take over the running of schools or establish new ones. I think there'll be a huge interest in Scotland in that happening. We need a much more diverse education system than the one we currently have. The comprehensive one-size-fits-all has failed too many of our pupils. So choice and diversity are the hallmarks of our approach to public services, whether that's in education or in health or in other areas. One-size-fits-all doesn't work. It's time for a change. We need to maintain high police numbers because we know that a visible deterrence of police in the streets helps keep the crime rate low. But we also need to look at how we deal with offenders. I believe that prison works, it protects the public. But we have very high levels of reoffending from people coming out of prison, and I think there's a lot of work to be done in terms of the rehabilitation of offenders. There's a tremendous project happening at the moment in Peterborough Prison, where a voluntary sector programme is working with those coming out, being funded through social impact bonds to try and see whether we can reduce the reoffending rate. I think it's imaginative approaches like that that will help tackle this key problem of the revolving door, people going in and out of prison. That's how we'll build a safer Scotland and safer communities. A strong approach on law and order has to be at the heart of our approach.